right. So for this video, I thought I would show how I use my child theme, or well, how I use some functions from GeneratePress in my child theme to hide the GeneratePress options in the sidebar from certain post types. So first, let me start by saying my child theme is on GitHub. It's the GeneratePress developer child theme. It has all this stuff built into it. You don't have to use the child theme. You can simply pull the code from my child theme that I'm going to show you that does this part. And it's not actually in the documentation, but I found it in the forums because Tom has some things that are built in that I guess a lot of people don't use. I find them handy because I like to really clean up the admin interface for my editors, for my clients. Those that aren't, that they don't, my clients who have logins to their sites and they don't need to see all the additional stuff. They just need to see the things that are required to make the edits that they need to do. So for example, on a page, it probably is appropriate that you can control the sidebar layout or how many footer widgets there are, or even disabling some elements. But let's say on a post, you don't really need those things. This is a blog post or a news post or whatever you want to call it. And, I don't want them disabling the sidebar or changing footer widgets or any of this stuff on a blog post because I want that to be global. They shouldn't have to worry about that. They should just go in and write content. So how do we do that? So you can see that I like things cleaned up. I don't like any extraneous things to be hanging around. So this is what my editors see when they get into WordPress to edit their site. So I'm going to jump over to VS Code, and so this is the child theme that I've developed that I'm using, and this is my functions.php file. And I'm going to go down here like I usually do and make sure. So most everything that does stuff is included in this Inc folder, and I need to make sure that GeneratePress, here you can see it highlighted, is included, and yes it is. Here it is. So GeneratePress.php is working, so we're going to open that, and this just has some functions, hooks, whatever, that are specific to GeneratePress, and we're going to scroll down to this part right here. Hide GeneratePress meta boxes on specified post types. So there are some links here that I've included, and a lot of this stuff won't show up unless you have premium. So if you don't have premium, you don't need this probably. But so I'm going to uncomment this action, and just to show you what it does. So this is add meta boxes, the hook, the function that I've called when that hook fires, and the priority, so it's made really high so it happens pretty quickly. And I'll kind of show you where some of this came from. So this is a forum post from 2016 where someone was having a similar issue, and they just wanted to hide some things. So it used to be that you could hide the meta boxes individually. So I don't remember what generate the meta box is, but maybe that's the overall. But here's where you can hide, you can remove meta box. That's the function. You can remove the footer widgets or the layout meta box, page builder width, the header stuff. So this is kind of old. He revised it to a new function. This is 2018. I think this is came into play with GeneratePress 2.0, and you can simply use generate layout options meta box, and it will remove the whole thing. And so I'm going to jump back over to the child theme, and that's what I've done. So I have the add meta boxes hook and my function that I'm calling, and you can name this whatever you like. It just has to tell WordPress when this hook is fired, do this function. And here I've got it commented that this is for posts. So why are there three things? Well, this one right here is for sections. And I'll be honest, I don't really use sections anymore because of generate blocks. It's become unnecessary. I even wonder if Tom Osborne is going to phase it out in the future, or maybe make it better. I don't know. Um, but these two are the primary ones. Generate layout options meta box just for the post type. And this is the position. So normal means it is for instances where it may appear underneath the Gutenberg editor. And the side is, well, for when it appears in the sidebar. And that's normally how it does appear in the current version of GeneratePress. And again, the sections meta box is just kind of a fallback for older versions. So again, it's just for the post type. If I were to have a, let's say a projects post type, a custom post type that I created, I would do this. And I'm on Windows, I'm hitting Control, yeah, D. I just had a lapse in thought. I couldn't remember which key command it was. So I'm selecting all three of these, and say my projects post type name is simply projects. Now it will disable the GeneratePress meta boxes within that post type. Okay, I'll undo that. Let's save, and let's go back over here and check posts again. Now we're going to edit a post, and we should find that, yeah, so the GeneratePress options in the sidebar are now gone. So now my editors, my client editors won't be able to go into a blog post and start adding containers and columns and buttons and things like that. I do have the native WordPress, um, functionality. I'm sorry, I'm thinking generate blocks. Now they won't be able to disable sidebars or change layouts and things like that. I'm thinking of a different video that I'm working on for generate blocks. This is not it. So yeah, so I've disabled the meta boxes for generate press. Yeah, so that's it. And you can do that. All this is built into the child theme. You just have to go in and make sure that it is uncommented and that you have the correct post type that you want to hide these for indicated in the code. So yeah, I'm working on another video for generate blocks on how to disable generate blocks for certain post types, like posts. Pages, they're appropriate. Posts, maybe not. So anyway, subscribe, leave comments, give me feedback, let me know what you'd like to see, and yeah, have fun.